So why does Lebanese wine belong in your cellar? And why does it belong in your glass soon, like in the next couple of days? We're going to talk about how affordable and delicious these wines are. Welcome back to Drinking It In. What if I told you that there was a wine region that has 6,000 years of history, French finesse, produces Rhone-like reds and cellar-worthy bottles, but at a fraction of the price? Well, welcome to Lebanon. This is the wine from this country. If you haven't experienced it yet, you're really missing out on one of the most unique and value-packed wine regions in the world. I mean, Lebanon has been making wine since the Phoenician times. Jesuit monks modernized the industry in the 19th century, and the Bekaa, I think it's Bekaa Valley, is the heart of the wine industry. It's got high altitude, a Mediterranean climate, and even though there's so much turmoil in the country, international recognition and these wines survived. Right? There are about 60 wineries that make the wines and get out of the country in the export market. And I find it truly amazing that the industry has survived and that they're producing wines of this quality in this country. So if you love Bordeaux or Rhone style blends, but really want something off the beaten path, Lebanon delivers, right? It's got structure. These wines have structure, spice, and just all kinds of nuances at a fraction of the price. Let's go through the grapes that are produced across this great nation. So Cabernet Sauvignon and Syrah are both widely planted. Cinsault is, it's kind of similar to Grenache. You may consider that grape Lebanon's, flagship. And then you also have Grenache itself produced, Carignan, and Merlot. So you can sense this Rhone-ish, Bordeaux-ish influence, right? Locally, there are, local grapes, Obadé and Merwa, those are used in white wines. I guess when you think about these wine styles, they're generally blends. For reds, think like a nice Rhone blend, like a Gigondas or a Vacheras, but that has a little bit of Bordeaux character, something with dustiness and Mediterranean herbs. The whites, they're going to be crisp and a touch of, even have some oxidative characteristics, mineral characteristics. The Obadé is sometimes likened to Chardonnay when it's aged in neutral oak. I have a couple of wines here that I'll ultimately be tasting, and when you think about wines that Lebanese wines that you can find in the U.S., well-distributed producers are Chateau Moussard. This is the Hochar, and this is the Moussard Jaune. They're young wine. There's a blend of Cinsault, Syrah, and Cabernet Sauvignon. So you think of that Bordeaux blend. This guy is a blend of Cinsault, Grenache, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Another producer, Messiah, they make just nice, modern, clean wines, both red and white Rhone-style blends. Chateau Cassara, K-S-A-R-A, although I have to find it because it's, my last name is Cassara, is one of the oldest and most reliable producers in the region. Chateau Cafrea, they have a pretty broad lineup, really good value, and they have some Viognier-based wines that are worth exploring. And then last but not least, Domaine des Tourelles. I've had one of their wines, fantastic Cinsault bottlings. They're old vines, really just elegant wines. So what do these wines taste like? So I think on the reds, right, when you think about the blends that I just laid out, they're medium to full-bodied. The fruit profile is going to be a mix of red and black fruits. Like I referenced earlier, a bit of a dusty tannin note to these wines. And they exhibit a bunch of different Mediterranean herbs, thyme, oregano, and some of those, marjoram, those types of herbs. there's definitely an old world structure, but they tend to, I don't know how to say, have like a little bit of fun that's kind of weaved into these wines. This Chateau Moussard, the Moussard Jaune, especially if you let it breathe for a little bit, it's an amazing, amazing wine. Now, I don't have any experience with the white wines from Lebanon, but they're often described as having a lot of minerality, being loaded with stone fruit, and some having some oxidative notes. And I think the oxidative notes apparently come especially when the native grapes are used, the Obadé and Merlot, when they're used. So I think if you were to choose wines for your cellar, it's best just not to overthink it and search too hard, like do all kinds of research. Just grab the Chateau Moussard Red. It's, Lebanon's most well-known, it's iconic. And I say that, even though I hate the word iconic, but I need to use it here. I feel like iconic is overused and often just not worthy of, whatever's being talked about as iconic is not worthy of the label, but this wine is. These wines can age for 20 to 30 years. A couple others with high praise, like I had mentioned, the Domaine de Torel, their old vine Cinsault. It's an elegant, it's just a gorgeous wine, and I think that could age for 5 to 10 years. Lastly, Messiah Gold, or Cap Est. It's a Syrah Grenache blends with aging potential. In the end, Lebanese wine, it defines hidden gem, right? It has some ancient roots, but they use modern winemaking techniques, and it just offers great value. So if you're kind of tired of the old Bordeaux and Rhone reds, or tired of just something from California and want to give something else a try, Lebanon may be it. So I'll put these guys back up in front of my face. If you see either of these, they're great options, and they're $25 or less. Hey, let me know if you've had any experience with Lebanese wines, if you have any producers that I should consider, or if you really love some of the producers that I've called out, definitely let me know. Hey, if you've made it this far, God bless you. Thank you so much for joining, and it would just mean so much if you hit that little subscribe button, and you were here for all of the future videos that are going to be coming out on this channel. I'll talk to you guys soon.